Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Mayor's International Brunch. Muy buenos días. Good morning. Welcome once again to the Mayor's International Brunch, celebrating the Texas Citrus Fiesta right here in the city of Mission. The brunch is a unique opportunity for us to celebrate our international friendships and to pay homage to the citrus industry, that our culture and our city's long and distinguished history. This morning we enjoyed the performance by Sherryland High School Mariachi Nuevo Cascabel under the direction of Juan Carlos Lopez. We're so very proud of these young talented students. Unfortunately, as you know, they have left the room. They're off to competition today, but let's give them a big round of applause because we know that they did an awesome job this morning. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for the presentation of colors led by the Mission Police and Mission Fire Color Guard. Remain standing through the invocation by Father Roy Snipes of Our Lady of Guadalupe and through the national anthem by vocalist Obed Garza this morning. Father Roy?
Howdy, buenos días. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it's a beautiful Valle del Rio Grande, o sea, el Rio Bravo, made up of many beautiful neighborhoods, and you're all beautiful neighbors. As we celebrate Citrus Fiesta 2023, God blesses us through each other, and we pray gratefully and joyfully. Since the time of La Lomita and the Cavalry of Christ, we're honored and grateful to be known for our friendship and hospitality. Tu, Señor, fuente, fuerza y meta del gran desfile de nuestra vida, nos estás bendiciendo, alegrando y animando por medio de tantos buenos vecinos y vecindarios de los dos lados del Río Grande, o sea, el Río Bravo. Con nuestra fiesta y desfile tan bonito, recordamos y celebramos que venimos de una larga línea de amor y que tú, Señor, nos llamas y nos animas a ser buenos vecinos e instrumentos de tu amor hospitalario. Celebramos y cultivamos tu espíritu amable y alegre, vivo y activo en nuestros corazones, en nuestras familias, nuestras comunidades del Valle del Río Grande, con tantos ranchos, pueblos e historias tan nobles y admirables. Recordamos, Señor, tus enseñanzas profundas y poderosas con el cuento del buen samaritano, el vecino del corazón valiente, compasivo y generoso. As we joyfully celebrate our Citrus Fiesta 2023 with our beautiful parade of oranges, we remember gratefully the long line of love that we come from, that we are marching happily in now, and that extends into the mystery of our future. Que esta agua bendita del Río Bravo sea recuerdo del vigor de la fuerza de la vida del Espíritu vivo, a reminder of the life force of your love coming to us through each other, good neighbors in this long line of love. Padre, Hijo y Espíritu Santo. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please take your seats. Thank you, Father Roy, for your kind prayers today, and thank you, Obed Garza, for that wonderful rendition of the U.S. National Anthem. Folks, let's give them one more round of applause this morning to our Mission and Fire Department Color Guard. It's a great city. It's a great day in the city of Mission, and we're proud to welcome each and every one of you here today. We are extremely honored to have so many local leaders and visiting mayors representing our sister cities from throughout Mexico. Before I recognize our distinguished guests, I want to acknowledge our city leadership. This group works hand in hand to make sure that Mission is a city of choice. Mayor Nori Gonzalez Garza, Mayor Pro Tem Ruben Plata, Councilwoman Jessica Ortega, Councilman Alberto Betovela, Councilman Abiel Flores, and our city manager, Mr. Randy Perez. She's been a public servant for almost 25 years and at the forefront of our city as she took office last June, making great strides for our community and being the first elected women mayor, for the city of Mission, Texas. She has led the charge to establish a fire-based EMS so that our citizens will have advanced life support available to them at every call. She has placed the highest priority on drainage infrastructure improvements, public safety, economic development, and in improving the quality of life for our citizens and visitors alike. It gives me great pleasure to invite our mayor, Nori Gonzalez Garza, for the official welcome on behalf of the City of Mission.
Good morning, everyone. You know, the view is very different from up here. I'm overwhelmed and I'm honored, and thank you all very, very much for being here. So like Father Roy says, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. And today is filled with excitement as we celebrate Mission's signature event, the Texas Citrus Fiesta. Fiesta has been a tradition since 1932 and began with Paul Ord and the Young Men's Business League coming together to promote and spread word of the sweetest citrus in the world coming from the Rio Grande Valley. They created the Texas Citrus Fiesta, an annual celebration of a bountiful winter harvest of grapefruits and oranges. Our counterparts in the valley boast avocados and mangoes and watermelon, but our gold is citrus. Here in Mission, our gold is citrus. So the Mayor's Brunch was a spin-off in the 1970s to bring business leaders together to discuss mutual business interests and to celebrate the history of the citrus industry. Present day, we added international and invited our southern neighbors to celebrate our colorful traditions. Our economic growth and success has been in part of our proximity to Mexico. Mexico has had a huge impact on our local economy, and it's only going to get better. I'm looking forward to the $83 million expansion project that aims to make Anzaldua's Bridge a fully commercial in both directions, and will help the entire, not only the Mission and not just Hidalgo County, but the whole region. And that's what we're all about. We have come together as colleagues and mayors of our cities to work together as a region, because what happens in Mission impacts McAllen and vice versa, and what the good things that happen in Edinburgh also affect the city of Mission. So we work together for the common good and the greater advancement of our region. And for that I am thankful. Quiero agradecer a todos los presidentes municipales y sus delegaciones que nos visitan hoy. Sean muy bienvenidos a nuestra ciudad. I'm especially honored to have my colleagues and friends, the mayors of our nearby communities. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. Texas State Commissioner, yes. Texas State Commissioner Sid Miller, I'm so grateful that you're here today to be our keynote speaker. Thank you so much. I'm not sure where you are, but thank you. There you are. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It takes partnerships to be able to move our communities forward. We have some great partners that we can count on for their continued support. Today's sponsors, I thank you. Texas Citrus Fiesta, Mission Chamber of Commerce, our school districts, our hospital, the Economic Development Corporation. Thank you for everything that you do to make Mission the city of choice. In closing, I'd like to invite all of you to join us downtown for the Parade of Oranges that kicks off at noon. We're honored to recognize Mission's own Joseph Thomas J.T. Campos. There he is. As Texas Citrus Fiesta, this year's Texas Citrus Fiesta Parade Grand Marshal. Thank you, and may God bless each one of you. Thank you.
I would also like to invite our Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Ruben Plata, who is a strong proponent of fostering international relationships to provide the official welcome to our international visitors. Our motto for Sister Cities has always been creating friendships and strengthening partnerships between communities. Please put your hands together and help me welcome Mr. Ruben Plata.
Good morning, muy buenos días. Sean cada uno de ustedes nuestros invitados de las ciudades de México. Tenemos aquí desde Islas Mujeres, del Estado de México, de Tamaulipas, Nuevo León. Sean ustedes bienvenidos. Sabemos que el Comité de Ciudades Hermanas, a veces me pregunta la gente, ¿qué beneficio tiene esto? Yo creo que es importante, entre más amistades tengamos en todo el mundo, mucho más beneficioso para todos. Y estos comités para eso, para entrelazar amistades, compañerismos, los cuales nos ayudan también a traer turismo y cultura a nuestros lugares de visita. Como aquí, yo sé que después de mañana se van a ir a la Plaza Mo en McAllen, se van a ir a los outlets. Y eso es bueno, por eso nos gusta que traigan las esposas para que vengan y gasten y tengan un buen tiempo en el valle. También quiero reconocer a una persona que nos ayudó mucho y nos sigue ayudando con el Comité de Ciudades Hermanas y mucho lo apreciamos mucho. También es un gran amigo de nuestra alcaldesa, al señor Norberto Beto Salinas. Gracias, Mayor. Y a nuestra alcaldesa que también nos da la bendición y la autorización para seguir trabajando con todos nuestros amigos en México. Sabemos que son muchas diferencias en cultura a veces, pero el dólar también tiene muy buen valor. Dios los bendiga.
An important partner to the City of Mission, as Mayor Garza mentioned, is the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce. They provide opportunities for all businesses and individuals who invest in the Mission community and promote Mission as a place to be discovered. Let's welcome Sandra Vecchio, Vice Chair of Tourism and Community Development for the Board of Directors, as she gives the official welcome on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mayor Nori Gonzalez Garza, City Council, community leaders, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce, it is truly my honor to welcome everyone to celebrate at the Mayor's International Brunch the 2023 Texas Citrus Fiesta Parade of Oranges. I hope that at today's brunch and the upcoming events inspire and ignite new friendships and old. Let's create happy memories today and surround ourselves with laughter, friendships, as we celebrate this special occasion. Again, thank you all for being here, celebrating with us at the Mayor's International Brunch, Once Upon a Fiesta. Good day, God bless, and Godspeed. Thank you.
And to show our guests a little bit about what the City of Mission and the Mission Chamber of Commerce do together, we have a short video that we'd like to show you today.
Bienvenidos a la ciudad de La Toronja. La gran ciudad de Mission, Texas, se fundó en el año 1908, al margen del Río Grande, contiguo a la Capilla de la Lomita, lugar donde comenzó la evangelización en el Valle del Sur de Texas. Desde entonces, la industria citrícola ha representado la bonanza de esta tierra. Mission es la ciudad de su elección en el Valle del Sur de Texas. Nuestra ciudad se encuentra muy cerca de los más importantes colegios y universidades, y nuestras subdivisiones son las mejor planificadas, con servicios recreativos de clase mundial. Ir de compras en Mission es toda una experiencia para el comercio local y el turismo. Nuestro centro ha sido revitalizado y pasear en él nos cuenta la historia de esta gran ciudad. Por eso, y muchas cosas más, Mission es un excelente lugar para vivir. trabajar, convivir y criar una familia en un ambiente de sano esparcimiento, donde hacer negocios representa uno de los principales ingresos de nuestros inversores. La infraestructura en Mission es de primer mundo y promueve el desarrollo económico y el rápido crecimiento, asegurando que las empresas funcionen eficientemente, con carreteras accesibles para los visitantes y el transporte terrestre, comercial y personal. Todo esto gracias a que la construcción se encuentra en su punto más alto. La administración de los recursos públicos está a cargo del gerente de la ciudad, Randy Pérez.
Mission mira hacia el futuro, gracias a la visión de la alcaldesa Nouri González Garza y a su cuerpo de regidores, encabezados por Rubén Plata, Mayor Pro Tem, Jessica Ortega, Abiel Flores y Alberto Vela.
Mission es una ciudad en constante desarrollo, donde el bienestar de la familia es el principal compromiso de la actual administración. En Mission, los parques y reservas naturales son ampliamente utilizados por el público en general. Nuestro Parque Nacional de la Mariposa es visitado cada año por miles de turistas. Y si de entretenimiento se trata, el nuevo centro de eventos especiales de Mission, Texas, es uno de los más modernos, funcionales y hermosos del Valle del Río Grande. Nuestra zona industrial cuenta con grandes naves dedicadas a la manufactura, diseño y ensamblado de los más diversos productos. La Cámara de Comercio cuenta con cientos de socios y sirve de enlace y promoción para quienes nos visitan dentro y fuera de los Estados Unidos. Los reconocimientos para esta ciudad han llegado para fortalecer el trabajo de esta administración, otorgándole el galardón de All America City por su compromiso comunitario y promoción de los valores cívicos, así como el premio Texas Municipal League, que reconoce y alienta los logros de las ciudades de Texas y los desafíos que enfrenta cada municipio. El Puente Internacional Ansaldúas es la puerta de entrada a los Estados Unidos más rápida y segura para quienes nos visitan. Y el Centro de Estudios Tecnológicos y de Comercio, CID, por sus siglas en inglés, es único en su tipo y brinda el espacio y los recursos necesarios para cualquier tipo de conferencia, presentaciones educativas o de negocios. 26 departamentos atienden las necesidades de toda la ciudad. Los de bomberos y de policía son los responsables de mantener a esta comunidad segura y en orden. Nuestra historia cuenta con personalidades como el legendario entrenador de los Dallas Cowboys, Tom Landry, el beisbolista Leon Ajo, el luchador profesional Tito Santana, entre muchos otros que han dado realce a esta comunidad a través de los años. Gimnasios, albercas, estadios, nuevas y modernas canchas de tenis, programas de entrenamiento para chicos y adultos, invidentes o débiles visuales que hoy practican el deporte blanco en torneos internacionales. Este es el mejor lugar para invertir y prueba de ello es la operación que hiciera la compañía Killam al adquirir 3.400 acres de terreno en el área de Sherryland Plantation, donde se invertirá en modernos desarrollos habitacionales, de entretenimiento y comerciales. Mission lo tiene todo. Es por eso que se le llama The Place to Be, o el lugar donde usted debe estar.
You heard it, folks. The city of Mission is the place to be. We're a city of choice and a place to be discovered. So we can say it all. Thank you. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to have all of our local dignitaries in the audience, too. I'd like to acknowledge some of our elected officials that are with us at this time. Representing the city of Edinburgh, Texas, Ramiro J. Garza, Mayor, welcome. The Mayor of Granjeno, Texas, Yvette Cabrera. City of Hidalgo, Council is also here. Please stand and be recognized. La Joya City Council. Welcome. The mayor of our great city of McAllen, Javier Villalobos. The great city of Palmhurst, Texas, mayor and council, Mayor Fred del Barrio. Palmview, Texas, represented by Mayor Ricardo Villarreal. Our state representative, we're honored to have you here, Sergio Munoz Jr. County officials with us today, we have Commissioner Everardo Villarreal. And it's January, we don't always welcome him with a smiling face because that's when we pay our property taxes, but he is here today, County Tax Assessor Paul Villarreal. Él es el que nos cobra los impuestos de nuestras propiedades, así es que no todo el tiempo lo recibimos con sonrisas en enero. Our Mission School Board is also present. We'd like to officially welcome them as well. Mission School Board members. Sherryland Independent School District Board members as well. La Joya School District as well. Welcome to each and every one of you. En este momento quisiera reconocer a nuestros alcaldes que nos visitan de nuestras ciudades hermanas hoy por la mañana. Se encuentra el presidente municipal David Jonathan Sánchez Quintanilla representando General Terán, Nuevo León. Desde Isla Mujeres, Quintana Roo, la maestra Teresa Nea Gómez Ricalde, presidenta municipal. Licenciado Andri Guadalupe Correa Rodríguez, de Villa del Carbón, Estado de México. Licenciado Raúl Cantú de la Garza, de Salinas, Victoria, Nuevo León. El presidente municipal de Río Bravo, Tamaulipas, el profesor Teodoro Escalón Martínez. La presidenta municipal del municipio de San Fernando, Tamaulipas, Maybela Ramírez Salazar. En representación del presidente municipal Andrés Concepción Mijes, de General Escobedo, Nuevo León, se encuentra el señor Erubiel César Leija Franco. En representación del presidente municipal, Dr. Jonathan Ábalos Rodríguez, el municipio de Francisco y Madero del estado de Coahuila, la regidora Beatriz Hernández Ortiz. En representación del presidente municipal Cosme Julián Leal Cantú del municipio de Cadereyta Jiménez, Nuevo León, el señor Alberto Águila Acosta. En representación del presidente municipal David de la Peña Marroquín del municipio de Santiago, Nuevo León, la licenciada Ana Lucía Espronceda Tamés. En representación de la presidenta municipal Patricia Salazar Salazar del municipio de Allende, Nuevo León, el primer regidor Luis Eduardo Cavazos Morales. Representando el Comité de Puerto Vallarta en el estado de Jalisco, el señor don Ismael Pérez Madera. At this time, I'd also like to recognize our sponsors this morning. We're going to take a break? Yes. We have our mayor of FAR, Mayor Ambrosio Hernandez. Welcome this morning. Thank you for being here to support Mayor Garza. Our sponsors today, Anzalduas International Bridge, B2Z Engineering, Kappa, Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Thank you, Mario, for being with us. Isaguirre Engineering. Thank you, Ms. Diana, for being with us. Javier Hinojosa Engineering. Jones, Galligan, Key, and Lozano. King, Guerra, Davis, and Garcia. LNG Engineering, Mr. Jacinto Garza, thank you. M2 Engineering. MEG Engineering. Meldon and Hunt Engineering. Do you all see a pattern here? It's all of our engineers that support the City of Mission. Thank you. Thank you so much. The Mission Economic Development Corporation. Mission Regional Medical Center. PNC Bank. Safe Global Services. South Texas Infrastructure Group. TEDC. Texas National Bank. The 5125 Company. The Warren Group. And Zetro Electric. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker today. An 8th generation farmer and rancher, Sid Miller is the 12th commissioner of the Texas Department of Agriculture. He has devoted his life to promoting Texas agriculture, rural communities, and the great state of Texas. Since taking office, Agriculture Commissioner Miller has brought real common sense reform to the department. He has reshaped field operations to maximize efficiency for Texas taxpayers. Commissioner Miller is the state's leading advocate around the world for Texas agriculture, Texas homegrown products, and Texas-owned businesses. He oversees world-renowned Go Texan program, a marketing effort to showcase the best products to include our citrus, companies and communities that call the Lone Star State their home. As a former ag teacher and school board member, Commissioner Miller is committed to fighting childhood obesity and promoting healthy lifestyles for Texas school children. His creation of Farm Fresh Fridays and other farm-to-school initiatives resulted in $65 million in an increase in the amount of Texas products purchased by schools. Commissioner Miller is also passionate about ensuring rural communities have the water and infrastructure that they need. Commissioner Miller is a businessman who breeds and trains American quarter horses. In his spare time, he's recognized as a rodeo cowboy. We wouldn't know that by your cowboy hat today. He holds 22 championship titles. Please help me welcome Texas State Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller.
Thank you. Well, good morning, neighbors. Y'all ready to have some fun? Oh, my goodness. If that means you're ready to have fun, I don't want to be here when you're not. Are y'all ready to have some fun? All right, good, good. Well, it's certainly good to be here with you this morning. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, little bit about what your agriculture department's been doing, and then what everybody wants to know, what do we see in the future, how are we going to get there? I didn't really know what to talk to this group about, so I asked the mayor, I said, what do you want me to talk about this morning? She said, well, why don't you talk about 20 minutes and then sit down? So I'll try to hold it to that. My main office is in Austin, but I actually have offices here in the Rio Grande Valley. I have one in Brownsville. I have a livestock export facility there where we export, cattle, horses, sheep, goats, poultry, swine, exotic livestock. And I have a second office where my main office is here in the valley, is in San Juan. I have I don't know, I've never counted them, 100 or 120 employees there that work throughout the valley, and consumer protection, agriculture, and food and nutrition. So we're part of your community here. I just got elected to my third term, and it's been 45 years since we had a 3-term agriculture commissioner. And a reporter asked me about that. Why has it been so long? Why is it, you're getting a third term? I said, well, I guess it just takes me longer than everybody else to get the job done, so decided to stick around. So I'm the only statewide official that's ever been sworn into office outside of Austin. So this time I was sworn in the stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas. I thought that was fitting for an ag commissioner, right? And rode in on my horse, the whole deal. It was great. Last time I got sworn in was also outside the Capitol. And I thought about it. I thought, there's one place that deserves their ag commissioner to be sworn in. So I decided to come down to Far, Texas, to the International Bridge and get sworn in on the International Bridge. It was great. So thanks to the city of Far, Mission, McAllen, they all pitched in. Hey, they had like a 20-member mariachi band there. It was cool. It was great. The governor came, brought his whole cabinet. No, not Abbott. Not that. He wouldn't come. Cabeza de Vaca, the governor, Tamaulipas, brought his whole cabinet. It was great. We had a big party. It was wonderful. They decorated the bridge up, so it was a good time. So I'm not your typical politician. I kind of think outside the box. We've had some problems in the valley, especially the last 2 years. We had the citrus industry, the vegetable industry got devastated in the freeze. Varying numbers. We lost between $100 and $200 million worth of citrus. We lost the crop that year, and we lost the next year's crop because it froze the buds off the trees and damaged a lot of the trees. So it's been rough. This year's a good year. We're back on track, so thank goodness for that. Other citrus states like Florida have been decimated by citrus greening, citrus canker, hurricanes. We're probably going to catch them and pass them as the number 2 citrus producing state in the nation. It's a struggle for us to keep citrus greening out. We've got a canker that's in Fort Bend County and Harris County, which is Houston, that we're trying to contain. If it gets down here in the valley, it'll probably wipe our citrus out. It's very devastating. So we've been quarantined those 2 counties. My staff have gone and knocked on and taken out over 4,000 trees in people's yards in Fort Bend and Harris County. Can you imagine going up somebody's door and knocking on it and say, hey, I'm here to tear your trees out? It doesn't go over very good, but we bear down and we get it because we are serious about protecting the citrus industry. I don't always agree with my Republican Party. Sometimes if I think they're wrong, I'll call them out. It gets me in trouble all the time, but about a year ago, Governor Abbott decided that he would close the border and start checking all the trucks for safety violations. Well, they've already been checked. We didn't need to do that. And I tried to get him, talk him out of it, and he wouldn't do it. So after about 10 days of that, we lost about between $4 and $5 billion worth of product. Trucks got backed up. It was a huge mess. So we he learned his lesson. He decided to do that again about 3 months later, but he did it, 50 miles inland. I tell you what, y'all got smart people down here. Let me tell you what's going on today. The Rio Grande Valley Partnership is hosting all the legislators that want to come to the Rio Grande Valley and learn about what y'all do down here and what you need. There's about 30 of them out at SpaceX today. And Representative Munoz, thank you for being here today. He probably needs to be over there with them. He'll probably go over there and help with that, but thanks for attending today. And you've got a great representative here, and we work very, very well together. We're opposite parties, but that doesn't mean we don't have about 80% of the stuff we agree on, right? So stand up. Let everybody, you got to give him a hand. So agriculture has always been the glue that's held our state together. I mean, it started right here in the valley. The earliest longhorn cattle drives, the cattle were gathered here and drove up north to the railheads, supplied cotton during the Civil War. So, it's been really, really important to us. Now, me, I'm an 8th generation farmer and rancher, and I've got 2 sons, 5 grandkids, been married to my wife for 47 years. Now, you can clap for that. That's pretty good. I'll tell you a very quick story about her. She's the hero in the family. About 26 years ago, she quit her job as a high school counselor and came home and said, we're going to start a school for these at-risk youth. We're going to have a high school for dropouts. We're going to give them a second and third chance and get them off the street and give them a shot at, the American dream. So she did that. She's very good at it. And matter of fact, she opened a second one in a residential treatment center where they adjudicated by the courts to go get off drugs or alcohol or whatever reason. And she did that for 20 years, and then she retired. And she didn't really have any hobbies or anything else to do. And I travel all the time, so I can't do a lot, extracurricular activities with her. I mean, from today, I got to be back in Dallas, and then tonight in Fort Worth, and I got to be back in San Antonio Sunday, and in Austin Monday and Tuesday. And so I'm just gone all the time. So I came home one day, and I said, honey, she's sitting on the couch. I said, you got to do something besides listen to talk radio and watch TV. I mean, you need to find a hobby. She said, yeah, I do. She said, I'm going to find something to do. I'm bored. So about 2 weeks later, she called me. I was in Houston. She said, I found a hobby. I just love it. You're going to just be so proud of me. I said, good, honey, what is it? She said, oh, no. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to wait till you get home. I'll show you. So about 2 days, I got home, walked in the house, and we live out in the country. I said, all right, honey, I'm home. I can't wait to see what your new hobby is. So she said, okay, well, come out here in the backyard. I'll show you. So we walked out in the backyard. There it was. The most beautiful chicken coop I'd ever seen. I'm thinking, this is great. I'll make a campaign commercial out of this. The first lady of agriculture is a poultry farmer. Perfect. You couldn't have picked a better hobby. I said, let's go look at your chickens. So we walked over and we looked in the chicken coop. She's got a young rooster, an old rooster, and 1 hen. I thought, oh my God, this is not going to work. You're smarter than that. You're a country girl. Get rid of one of those roosters and go get you some more hens. She said, oh no, you don't understand. I said, apparently not. She said, that hen needs both those roosters. I'm thinking, what? Why would that hen need both? I said, why does that hen need both those roosters? She said, well, you see that old rooster? I said, yeah, what about him? She said, well, he travels a lot. He's gone all the time. Well, I got the message. I got the underlying meaning of that one. So we worked it out. I usually just take her with me everywhere I go. But she's keeping the grandkids this weekend, so she couldn't come down here with me. I'd have brought her with me. I'd have made her come. But we've tell you a little bit about what we've been doing for you in your area of the state the last 2 or 3 years. I won't go through the whole 8 years that I've been here. But during the pandemic, we had a problem. Our governor decided to make winners and losers. Some businesses were essential, some weren't. And it devastated a lot of our industries like the restaurant business, gymnasiums, etc. Well, I immediately had agriculture businesses calling me, telling me that the county, and they were telling them to shut down livestock auctions, implement dealers, feed and seed dealers. And I thought, well, wait a minute. I'm autonomous from the governor. I have full jurisdiction over the agriculture code. He can't touch the agriculture code. That's mine. A lot of people don't know that. So I got my lawyers in. I said, don't I have executive power over everything in the agriculture code? And they said, you sure do. I said, can I issue executive orders? He said, you sure can. So I said, all right, I want to issue an executive order. Any agriculture business, any agriculture-related business, any agriculture business that supports agriculture, I'm declaring an essential business. So we kept all, thank you. So we kept those livestock auction barns open, trailer manufacturers, produce houses. I kind of stretched it a little bit. We kept nurseries open and landscapers and florists and, oh yeah, gun shops. We got to have guns and ammo, right? We can't not have that. They're essential. So we kept The biggest job I have is nutrition. I'm responsible for 5 million school meals each day. We run the school breakfast program, school lunch program. We do Meals on Wheels, elderly feeding program, summer feeding programs. The list goes on and on. So when the pandemic hit, I had to figure out how to go from feeding those 5 million meals each day in the cafeteria to how to feed those kids at home. So we got waiver after waiver. We got real good at that. We came up with a home box lunch program, became the model for the rest of the United States, and we kept your children fed, I promise. It was a little rough, but we got there. I run the Office of Rural Health Care, so I'm in charge of rural health care in 191 counties across the state. When the pandemic hit, they had no income. They couldn't get any supplies. It was rough. We have 162 hospitals. I thought we were going to lose half of them. We managed to keep every one of them open. But to get their supplies, we partnered with the Office of Emergency Management, opened up my warehouse. We brought in the masks, the hand sanitizer, the gowns. Matter of fact, we have a marketing program, was mentioned, called the Go Texan program. And those are Texas companies, Texas manufactured products. So I contacted our distillers and asked them if they'd change from making distilled spirits to making hand sanitizer. They did. So we brought our inspectors in, their trucks to Austin. We filled them up with masks and hand sanitizer and all that stuff, and we sent them out all across rural Texas, making those deliveries to rural hospitals, nursing homes, first responders. Matter of fact, 60 Minutes did a special on us. The legislature gives us performance measures to grade us by. We have not only met, but we exceed all those performance measures. During COVID, we launched a new hemp program. Ours is one of the best, one of the model in the nation. I was first in the nation to launch a Farm Fresh program in our schools. When I took over, our schools weren't serving any local product. So we fixed that. We have a big mega conference. We bring the schools in, the farmers. We link all them up, have a clearinghouse. And last year, where our schools were not feeding any local products, they served $65 million worth of local products to our children. No added salt, no preservatives, no dyes, never flash frozen, cooked from scratch, cooked fresh, and guess what? They eat it. And it's a voluntary program. It was slow to start, but thank you. I do a weekly radio show. It goes out to over 100 radio stations across the state. I do a daily market report, about 3:10 every day, 60 seconds. It goes out to those same 100 radio stations, most of those in rural markets. We're the only ag department in the United States that has our own TV show. You may not know about it, but it's pretty cool. We're fixing to record our 9th season. We've done over 64 episodes. It's on the RFD TV network. It's called Texas Agriculture Matters. It airs on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m., re-airs at 6 a.m. on Friday mornings. And we've showcased a lot of people down here in your area. We've done some on citrus, the winter vegetables, cotton, you name it. So you'll see a lot. If you tune in, you'll see a lot of people on there that you know. It's kind of like, y'all familiar with Bob Phillips, Country Reporter? Most of us have seen that one. It's kind of like that. We go around the state showcasing the best that Texas agriculture has to offer. we gotta, I run this is a $6 billion agency. My budget is larger than the budget of 31 governors, so it's a Texas-sized operation. So we've got, I think of running it like a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I try not to run it like a bureaucrat. I try to run it like a businessman. So a lot of our Go Texan partners, we help them market their products, and we've expanded to anything Texas. It's not just ag products. And a lot of them want to market to the redneck crowd, the NASCAR crowd. So they said, we'd like to be part of NASCAR. So I checked in that, see what it would cost to sponsor a car. It's unbelievable. We can't afford that. But I had an idea. There was a guy in San Marcos had a team, a car, and so I brought him in my office and I said, Tim, I want you to join the Go Texan program. He just kind of looked at this strange look. He said, why would my race car need to be part of the Go Texan program? I said, well, let me tell you. If you join the Go Texan program, I have an obligation to promote your product. And I don't have anybody that can sponsor your car. But I've got a Go Texan member that'll buy your left front fender, your left door, your left quarter panel. I got another one by the tailgate, one will buy the hood, one will buy the right door. I said, we can have everybody on your car, a Go Texan, an entrepreneur company. He said, you mean every sponsor on my car will be a Texas company? I said, yes. He said, I'm in. So we've been doing that. We've had our own, it's in the truck series, the number 22 truck, if you follow NASCAR. We hadn't won a race yet, but we're getting so close. I mean, we're any day now, we're going to win one. So, because of we have a global marketing program that we didn't have when I got here. So we've been on every continent on the globe marketing. I have a full-time office in Argentina. Central and South America has been a huge market for us. They're trying to improve their livestock genetics. I've got a livestock export facility here in Brownsville. I've got one in Del Rio, Laredo, El Paso. And because of our global initiative, I had to build one at the airport in Houston so we could air freight livestock around the globe. But we're out of capacity there. We need more flights, so we're in negotiations to build another one in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We have a lot of non-agriculture people that want to be Go Texan members, and we're proud to have them on board. Gulf States, Toyota, SpaceX, right out, one of your neighbors out here is a Go Texan member. Hey, that's kind of cool. You think about it. We're going to be the first agriculture department. We are the first agriculture department in space, but we're going to Mars. Wow, that's pretty cool. I have to fight the federal government too much. We're fighting them now over waters of the U.S., other things. I sued Biden over pandemic relief for farmers, and we needed help. I'm not against that. But their idea to help farmers was if you had a USDA loan or guaranteed loan, they would forgive it at 120%, whether you need it forgiven or not. I didn't sue for that. I sued for the way you had to qualify. To qualify for this loan forgiveness, you had to be black. I said, really? That's racist. We're trying to end racism in the United States. You can't do that. Every government document I ever signed says we do not discriminate on race, creed, or color. So I sued him. We won. They went back. They've redone it. And now they're doing it the right way. They're doing it on financially distressed farmers, people that actually need the help. And that's why they should have done it to start with. So we stopped that. In the latest lawsuit I won, I'm the plaintiff. Ken Paxton's my lawyer. Since I run the school lunch program, they gave everybody this order that you need to adopt the LGBTQ agenda in your schools, and if you don't, we're going to let your kids starve. We're not going to feed them. So that was the threat. I said, listen, buddy, we ain't doing that in Texas. That ain't happening. So I sued him. And 3 weeks ago, we won that lawsuit, and then we stopped it across all the United States. We go through a process every 10 to 12 years. Every agency does, called the sunset process. They come in and really scrutinize your office and see what the term sunset, if you're no longer needed, the sunset's on you and never comes up. That's where the term comes from. Well, they called us in and said, we need to share our findings with you. And they told us, my executive team, myself, that of all the agencies they've ever reviewed, the Texas Department of Agriculture is the best-run state agency in the state. So that's not on me. That's the kind of employees I have working here in the Valley and all across the state. We've got some of the best people on board working for us. There's high turnover in thank you. There's high turnover in state government, but the Texas Department of Agriculture has the least amount of turnover of any government agency. Last thing I'll tell you about, and then we're going to look forward to get out of the rear view mirror. It's nice to know what's behind you, but everybody wants to know what's in front of you. The last thing I'm going to tell you about 2 years ago, I was really concerned about the suicide rate in rural Texas. The two highest groups that commit suicide are veterans and farmers. And when you think about it, that farmer's out there, you know, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 generations taking care of the family farm, and now it's on the auction block, and that's all on his shoulders, you know. Those of you involved in farming, you know, we don't own the land. The land owns us. I mean, you kind of get it if you understand that. So a lot of farmers are introverts. They don't, you know, they stay out on the tractor 10 or 12 hours a day. They don't intermingle with a lot of people. So they just don't seek help. So we launched this agri-stress helpline. I didn't want to call it suicide hotline. I mean, that's a little. So agri-stress hotline. You can go to our website. If you know anybody that will help, please do that. We did this right before the Uvalde incidents. We took out full-page ads for that community for several weeks. We've actually had 60 people call in that were contemplating taking their life, and so far we haven't lost any of them. So it's a good program, and Representative, we're asking the legislature to fund that again for us. We need $500,000 to keep this program going. It's a worthy program. Now, that's the rearview mirror. Let's look forward and see what we've got going on. I just talked about Uvalde, and this goes back since I'm, you know, the guy with the cafeteria and feeding the kids. Columbine was the very first school shooting we had, and that really bothered me. And so after Uvalde, I came up with a plan to put an armed officer in every cafeteria in every school that wants it across Texas. And we're up and got that running. We're taking 3 prongs. We've got a volunteer program. It's running in several counties. We're asking the legislature to fund that, and we're working with the federal government. So we have to keep our kids safe. Uvalde needs to be the last time that happens. You know, of course, it's a given that we need to close the border. We've got to stop doing what we're doing. We can't maintain the pressure that it's putting on our local government, especially here. Y'all know it. We're closer to it than about anyone. It's time we pass school choice for everyone. As a businessman, I know what makes me better: competition. Competition makes everyone rise to the top of their game. So it's time we did that. One of the main things I've been working on, I was the first official that brought this up over 2 years ago. We have to stop selling our land to the Chinese and our other enemies. That's just stupid. This next one is difficult for me, even me, to talk about, and I'm kind of a rough, tough cowboy. But we have got to pass legislation to stop gender mutilation of our children. That is the craziest thing. I can't believe anybody would approve that. So we just can't do that to minors. When they get adults, if they want to do it, that's up to them. But we can't be doing it to our children. It's just beyond comprehension to me. Other things I really don't have a lot of control over that I'd like to see in was the Russian invasion. Those poor people are getting killed over there every day. The farmers can't harvest. They can't get in the field. Landmines are blowing them up. We need an end to this drought. We have a 50-year water plan, and it's a good plan, but it's 30 years old. We need to revisit our water plan. We're out of water. We got 30 million people. We need to update that just like we updated the NAFTA agreement to the new USMCA. It's time to revisit that. We've got to rebuild and strengthen our electric grid. We're still not there, not in my opinion. We're not near where we need to be. We're still very vulnerable to that. We don't need that happening again. And I told you I'm kind of out there, but I'm just about the only Republican that's promoting this. We need a comprehensive, complete medical cannabis program. Thank you. What we have is a patchwork of, you can use it for this disease, but you can't use it for that one. We know, we've got all the science now. We know. So if you've got epilepsy, you can use it, but if you have chronic pain, you can't. So we're making criminals out of mothers and grandmothers and, veterans, and that needs to stop. If it'll help somebody, why would you not be for it? And it's not near as bad as the stuff we already prescribe, hydrocodone, Oxycontin, all kinds of narcotics. Those are the bad ones. So anyway, we're working on that. Of course, we're going to continue to expand our global markets. I've got some bonding authority. We're going to work with some area fairs and stock shows across the state to help them expand so they can bring more scholarships. When you buy something at the grocery store, it may say product of Mexico, product of Argentina, product of Brazil. There's two products that doesn't apply to: beef and pork. It can come from Australia, come over here, they repackage it and sell it as product of USA. That's not truth in advertising. That's got to stop too. That's crazy. We should not be doing that. I'm working on this Biden administration is trying to shut down the oil and gas industry and animal agriculture. So they brought this lesser prairie chicken thing back up, and they don't really care that much about this chicken. They care about shutting down the oil and gas industry and production of agriculture. So I've got a team working on that. We stopped that about 15 years ago. We're suing. We're going to see if we can't stop that again. Hopefully we can. So at this point, the mayor said that's my 20 minutes, probably maybe a little over. Thank y'all very much. God bless you. Thank you.
Once again, we do want to thank our Texas Agriculture Commissioner, Mr. Sid Miller. Thank you for making time to be with us today. That was a wonderful message. Quiero reconocer a una persona that is with us today. Tenemos representando el gobernador de Tamaulipas, el secretario de Gobernación de Tamaulipas, el licenciado Héctor Villegas González y su esposa Malena Rodela de Villegas. Please stand to be recognized. At this time, I'd like to invite Mayor Garza and our council who would like to make a couple of presentations here today, and I'd invite them to please join us in the stage. Commissioner Miller, I would like to invite you to please join us up here. The City of Mission proudly recognizes Honorable Sid Miller, Texas Agriculture Commissioner, as the keynote speaker during the 2023 Mayor's International Brunch, recognizing his efforts and commitment as the state's leading advocate around the world for Texas agriculture, Texas-grown products, and Texas-owned businesses. Signed by Mayor Nori Gonzalez Garza. We have the honor of having a celebrity in the house, award-winning actor and best known for his appearance in the television series Queen of the South, Prison Break, From Dusk Till Dawn, and so many more. He's been the lead in many films and well known for his action stunts. Texas Citrus Fiesta has named him as the 2023 Parade of Oranges Grand Marshal. We'd like to present the key to the city today to Joseph Thomas, J.T. Campos, a Mission High School graduate and an accomplished award-winning actor, stuntman, and movie star.
Okay. I did prepare a little something to say. Let me pull it up. Excuse me. You know what? I never really get nervous, and I don't know why I'm nervous. It's, wow. Pulling it up. Just un momentito, por favor. Well, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive the key to the city of Mission, Texas. So first of all, Mission, Texas, brothers, sisters, colleagues, thank you. I thank you so much just for being here, to sharing the occasion with me, and I'm just honored that my work's recognized. I remember when I first started doing this show, I'm like season 3 in, I'm coming down to South Texas, and certain people were like, hey, we're proud of you. I'm like, proud of me? You know what I play on the show, right? You're proud of, you serious? Went into season 4 and has continued to progress. I realized exactly what they were proud of. Woo, there's a lot of stuff in here, man. I don't know what's in my eye. I realized they're just proud of where we come from and how we can just still continue to stand tall, and regardless and in spite of all the obstacles, all the roadblocks, all the walls that we're going to hit, we still have each other. We still have the valley. We still have where we came from. And we continue to walk with that. And throughout the years, I've met some amazing people, some amazing energy. I wrote a lot, but I'm going to be quick because I know we got to get on with the festivities. You know, this accomplishment is not something that I did alone. There are so many others that deserve to share this award with me. There's so many that are like responsible in me receiving this award. And one lady stands out, Miss Chapa, Adriana Chapa, my theater teacher from Mission High School. She saw a little troubled youth, Chicanito, having to deal with all his. And she said, hey, you know, drama's an elective. And it began there. And I just kept moving. I also just like to thank my family. You know, my loved ones, my Uncle Johnny, my mom, my tia, my wife, my kid, my girls. People that have just been there dealing with me. You know, this is ours. This is our key. I always joked about, I wonder what this key opens. Well, it's on a plaque, so it's not going to open anything, carnal. But if it does open anything, I'd like to think that it unlocks hearts and minds, and lets us continue to dream and dare to believe in ourselves. And I also want to thank my management team, my boy David Rios, David Reyes. He's like, he makes me cry, Rios. And just making me understand certain things. And just thanks, David. Thanks, Ethan and Lalo and my whole management team. I love you guys, I really do. And last but not least, D, I just want to thank you and your whole organization, the whole organization. It takes a lot. I remember marching in the Texas Citrus Parade back when in Boy Scouts and whatnot. And you just as a kid, I'm just showing up and going through the motion. But to be here and see all this, all the BTS, the behind the scenes, wow, it really does take a village. And to all you educators, all you amazing souls, just thanks. Thanks for what y'all do. Thanks for how you get it done. And just thanks for believing in our youth. Seriously, thank you. And go mayor. Yeah. Am I allowed to say chingonas and chingonas? Just always remember your ABCs. Always be chingona, always be chingona. Thank you.
One more time, put your hands together for JT Campos. We have kept today's program shorter than normal, because we want all of you to please join us at the parade, which kicks off at 12, and we'll stroll along downtown Mission, along Conway. We do have buses outside for our elected officials and for anyone else that wants to go to the parade, and then they'll bring you back to get your cars later. But before we do that, I want to take 2 pictures here today, because we got all those photos done earlier. But when they say 2 heads is better than 1, there couldn't be a more true statement, but it's not just 2. It's so many that are here today to show their support to Mayor Garza. And that's her colleagues here from our visiting neighboring communities. I do want to recognize Mayor Salinas, former Mayor Salinas. He's committed to Mayor Garza to see her as she leaves a legacy for the city of Mission. And so, Mayor, we know you served our community for 20 years. Thank you so much for being here to support Mayor Garza. And as we promote regionalization, and we know how important that is, especially when we're visiting with our legislators, when we want things done for our community, when we want the Rio Grande Valley to prosper, it's so important that we bring all these leaders together. Mayor Garza, congratulations, because you have done that today. Let's give her another big round of applause. I want to invite our mayors that are here, and as well as our commissioner and our state representative, to please step up here and take a photo with our council and our mayor. So at this time, we'd like to invite mayors, please, to come forward. Vamos a tomar 2 fotos. La primera será con 3 fotos. Van a ser los alcaldes de aquí de nuestro Valle del Río Grande. La segunda foto va a ser con todos los alcaldes, solamente alcaldes que nos visitan de ciudades hermanas. Y la tercera foto va a ser todos los alcaldes juntos.